Yo, what's up mga kaibigan? This is I2K po again. Ngayon nandito ulit tayo sa channel ni Pinas News Insider. Dito ulit tayo magbibigay ng komento at reaksyon. Kaya samahan nyo guys. Let's go!
Samantala, sa iba pang balita. Good news! Bansang Russia, may hatid na magandang balita para sa Pilipinas. Dahil personal na lumapit ang Russian Ambassador to the Philippines na si Marat Pavlov upang pag-usapan ng mas malalim na pakikipag-ugnayan nito sa bansang Pilipinas. Pero bago natin simulan ang balitang ito,
Sa lahat ng hindi pa nakaka-subscribe kay Pinas News Insider mga kaibigan, mag-subscribe na po tayo at huwag nyo rin pong kalimutan mag-subscribe dito sa akin channel.
kung bago ka pa lamang sa aming channel, please huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para mas maging updated pa kayo lalo sa lahat pa ng bagong video na i-upload namin. At eto na nga mga kababayan, bansang Russia gustong mapailalim sa pakikipagrelasyon kay President Bongbong Marcos. Russian President Vladimir Putin alam na magaling sa pamamalakad ng salapi ang ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at alam din ni Putin na malaki ang ikauunlad ng bansang Pilipinas sa mga dadating pa na mga taon habang nakaupo pa si President Bongbong Marcos sa pwesto bilang Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Ito pa ang good news. Kamakailan lang nagpahayag si Russian President Vladimir Putin na ang Russian Federation sa ninanais ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na pag-aangkat ng oil gas at fertilizer sa kanilang bansa. Dagdag pa niya na handa siyang palalimin pa ang ugnayan ng bansang Pilipinas at ng bansang Russia. Inanunsyo ni Russian Ambassador to the Philippines Marat Pavlov na interesado si Russian President Putin na mas dalong palalimin pa ang ugnayang pang-ekonomiya dito sa ating bansa sa pamamagitan ng pantay at kapaki-pakinabang na kooperasyon para sa mutual na ikauunlad ng dalawang bansa. Ang pahayag ay ginawa kasunod ng pag-call out ni President Bongbong Marcos sa Russia na kinakailangang may kalakalan na gawin ang bansa para mapamura ang presyo ng langis at ng fertilizer sa pamamagitan ng pag-i-import nito sa bansang Russia. Ang mas nakakagulat pa ay may pahayag si President Bongbong Marcos na hindi niya ipapatuloy ang pakikipag-business transaction sa bansang Russia kung ipagpapatuloy ng Russia ang banta ng nuclear sa bansang Ukraine. At ang good news na paliwanag ni Ambassador Pavlov na ang ganitong panawagan ay hindi dapat ito palampasin ng bansang Russia dahil imposible itong magbigay daan sa mas malalim pang ugnayan ng dalawang bansa. Inalok at ipinagmalaki rin ng Ambassador na ang Russia ay nag-aangkin ng ilang teknolohiya na nasa kanila makikita, lalong-lalo na sa usapin ng nuclear energy. Iginiit ng Russian envoy na makikita ng Pilipinas ang Russia bilang isang reliable partner sa pag-harness ng independent at indigenous energy source ng bansa.
Hi, Mr. President again. He will entertain several questions from... Who is the first one to go? Ms. Chona Yu from Inquirer.
Sir, magandang umaga.
Good morning.
Mayroon pong lindol na nangyari kagabi. Ano po ang inyong direktiba sa ating mga iba't ibang government offices at kayo po ba ay bibisita sa mga lugar na naapektuhan ng bagyo?
Nakuha ko yung mga last reports were at about midnight last night. Ang intensity ng lindol was around 6, kahit malakas-lakas. At the epicenter was lower down, hindi kagaya nung na nasa Abra, pero doon na sa amin, sa Ilocos Sur and Ilocos Norte. But so the schools have closed for the day hanggat matiyak na lahat ng mga school building ay safe para sa mga bata. So that was the first concern. The other concern right now is to make sure that power has come back. To Ilocos Norte, the power has come back. Ilocos Sur, the power has come back. I'm waiting for the report from Abra, but I think the last I heard, the parts of Abra province already have power restored. So we have sent ang hinihingi ng karamihan ay tent. And the reason why is natatakot silang bumalik sa bahay nila. Baka pag aftershock, tapos mahina na yung bahay nila, masaktan sila. So that we're monitoring that we do not have a critical problem when it comes to food, maybe shelter. That is the most important part of the relief that we have to provide now for the people affected by the earthquake last night.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Ms. Maricel Gahol of TV5.
Hi, sir. Magandang umaga po. Sir, the family of Percy Lapid is concerned about the quote silence of Malacanang regarding the case, especially now that they are receiving death threats. So may we know if you have, or what are your fresh directives to the investigators following these concerns and criticisms?
Well, I have been, I have been monitored. I talked to DOJ Remulla and DILG Apalos 3, 4, 5 times a day, and each time we talk about this. We do not have any particular directives. The police know what to do. I'll just get in the way. Alam ko, imbestigahan ninyo na mabuti. Alamin natin na mabuti kung sinong behind this. Hanggang ngayon, di pa tayo nakakasiguro. So we're investigating. The toxicology report came back, and mukha talagang walang lason o walang gamot na binigay dun sa namatay. But I am still not satisfied that it was natural causes. So sabi ko, tignan niyo na mabuti because there are ways to kill a person that do not show up in the medical legal. So tuloy-tuloy pa ang investigation. But more importantly is to really trace saan nanggaling ito. Who gave the order? Sino nagbigay dun sa preso na orderin ang shooter na gawin ito at bakit? That is what we are working on now.
Salamat, sir.
Ms. Kat Domingo from ABS-CBN.
Mr. President, good morning. Several questions have been raised about several appointees, particularly former Police Chief Cascolan and also Director Paul Soriano. May we know the wisdom behind these appointments, and can you at least give us details of their respective mandates?
Well, si General Cascolan, we put him there because he has to look at, hindi naman siya, of course he's not a doctor, and it's not health issues that he has to look at. That's why he doesn't have to be a doctor. He's going to look at the function of the DOH. We talk about right sizing, we talk about structural changes. Yun, we need somebody to examine what has been going on, ano yung maganda, ano yung hindi maganda, ano yung pwedeng mas maayos. That will be his function, kaya special concerns. Yung kay Paul Soriano, people have misunderstood. He's not there to be part of the PR machine. He's there to find ways to promote the creative industry. Kasi doon siya galing. So, pinagmamalaki na, kasama yan sa tourism. Pinagmamalaki natin, ang gagaling kumanta ng Pilipino, ang gagaling umarte, ang gagaling gumawa ng sine, etc., etc. We have to project that to the rest of the world. Yan ang trabaho ni Paul. So, I hope that clarifies that.
Thank you for clarifying, sir. Just a follow-up question on General Cascolan. Do you have a direct order for the former PNP chief to trace possible syndicates within the DOH, particularly when it comes to trace possible syndicates in the DOH, particularly in the procurement of several products, which we had some problems in the past?
Well, that's part of his work. Kung may lumabas na ganyan, he will have to report it to us and we will have to do something about it. But generally, it is an administrative audit, if you want to call it that. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Sana yan. Maraming
Thank you,
salamat.
MPC.
At yun nga po mga kaibigan, dito po nagtatapos ang ating reaction video. Muli ako po si I2K ng Sundalo ng Dunggalo at 811. Maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta. Yeah, peace out.